Hello, COMS 103. I'd like to propose a question. Have you ever seen an actor in a movie, a play, a TV show, and wondered how they managed to effortlessly tap into your emotions? Well, according to Joanne Barron of Backstage Magazine, most people seem to believe that acting is merely just people talking with sometimes being emotional, when in reality it's far more complex than that. I can attest to this since I studied acting for 7 years at SCPA, and I've been a part of productions at the San Diego Repertory Theater and the La Jolla Playhouse. So to provide you with a little more in-depth perspective, today I will be talking about acting. I'll be discussing 3 points. What is acting? What are some challenges of acting? And why is it important? First off, what is acting? According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, acting can be defined as the performing art in which movement, intonation, and gesture are used to create a fictional character for the stage, the motion picture, and the television. In other words, it's physical storytelling that uses all the body's senses. While many people adopt their own styles of acting, every style falls under 2 distinct categories. Technical acting, which is performative and exaggerated, i.e. Shakespeare, and method acting, which can be described as an aspiration to a complete emotional identification with a fictional character through real-life experience. A great example of this would be Dustin Hoffman's character in The Marathon Man, in which Dustin Hoffman had to stay awake for 3 nights in a row in order to fully, holistically maintain character physically and emotionally 110%. Now that I've discussed what acting is, I'd like to move on to the challenges of acting. For one thing, it can be incredibly difficult sometimes psychologically and emotionally to maintain truthful sense of character depending on your circumstances. According to Talia Goldstein, a psychology professor at Pace University, all actors have 3 cognitive limitations. Pretense, is it pretend? Lying, is it truthful? And acting, is it supposed to fool the audience? Depending on the audience, some people may pick up one of these 3 limitations you have if you did not study well enough on the character, or you just don't fit the character to begin with. In addition to that, it's also a physically demanding career in terms of time consumption and stress. For example, last summer, in summer 2019, after I graduated, I was part of a production at the Repertory Theater downtown called 33 1/3 House of Dreams. It was a new musical, and I had a blast performing it on stage, but it was incredibly stressful due to the immense rehearsal schedule spanning from June to the beginning of August. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, every week. And it was the closest I'd ever gotten to being part of an actual Broadway musical. So I've discussed what acting is. I've discussed some of the challenges of acting. Now I'd like to discuss why acting is important. Acting is important for 2 reasons: human connection and entertainment. According to the Arts Acting Studio in Chicago, or should I say the Acting Studio in Chicago on their website, acting can help us see different perspectives from our own. This would mean picking up concepts that include human empathy, education, introspection, and social change that are present in these stories that actors so diligently try to present to us. On the other opposite end of the spectrum, it can serve as a form of escapism. Take, for example, a comedy or the acting in a comedy such as Ace Ventura versus the acting in a horror movie like Evil Dead 2. Both Jim Carrey and Bruce Campbell perform really amazingly, but they serve for the purpose of entertainment and escapism. You're not meant to take them too seriously. Well, I've discussed what acting is, I've discussed all of its challenges, or some of its challenges, and I've talked about its importance in our world. I hope you find this informative, and I'd like to end on a quote by Oscar Wilde. I love acting. It's so much more real than life. Thank you.